in this particular video, we will look into the morphology of frog. Frog is a member of phylum Chordata, and if we talk about the class, then frog is a member of class Amphibia. If we talk about the habitat, then normally amphibians can live in water as well as these can live in land. But if we talk about frog, then it can live in land, that is it is terrestrial, but it survives only in fresh water. So marine water will not be present over here. Talking about the most common species in India is Rana tigrina, and Rana tigrina is commonly called as Indian bullfrog. Talking about its cold-blooded or poikilothermal nature, frog cannot regulate its body temperature, and that is why it is an example of cold-blooded or poikilothermal animal. Further, moving to summer sleep, that is called as estivation, and winter sleep, that is called as hibernation. Now, it has to go into estivation as well as hibernation to protect itself from extreme temperatures. Because in summer, temperature will increase, and to protect itself, it will go into deep burrow in moist soil, and it will protect it from heat, and the similar thing happens in winter sleep, that is called as hibernation. Another character in frog is the presence of camouflage or mimicry. So camouflage or mimicry is the property in which frog will change its color to match with its background, and that is how it can get protected from the predators. So this particular character is called as camouflage or mimicry. Talking about the skin of frog. So skin of frog is smooth, it is slippery, as well as it is moist. The moistness of skin is due to the presence of mucus glands. Skin has a lot of blood capillaries, so that is why we call that it is highly vascularized. Now, this presence of mucus is essential for the frog, because we very well know that in frog it respires by skin, that is cutaneous respiration occurs, and respiration by skin can only occur if the skin is moist, if it has water present in it. Next, moving to the color of the body. Now we will see the color of the frog from dorsal side as well as from the ventral side. If we see this particular diagram, then the surface which is towards the sky, that is called as dorsal surface, and the color on dorsal surface is olive green, as well as it has dark irregular spots present on dorsal surface. Talking about the ventral surface, which will be the below surface of this frog, so below surface or ventral side is uniformly pale yellow in color. After this, talking about the structure of body. So amphibians have head and amphibians have trunk. Tail may be present or may be absent. So frog is an example in which tail is absent. So we can say that frog will have head and it will have trunk, but the tail will be absent in the case of frog. Neck is absent in all amphibians, so that is why neck will also be absent in frog. Then let us look into the nostrils. So one pair of nostrils are present above the mouth. Talking about the eyes, we can see in this particular diagram that eyes are bulged to the outward surface. So eyes will be bulged, and important character is that a membrane is present which is called as nictitating membrane. Nictitating membrane protects the eyes of frog when it goes into the water. After eyes, we see the ears. Now, when we talk of the ears, then external ear is absent in the case of frog. So, external ear is absent, there will be middle ear, there will be internal ear which will be present. So, if we see the ear of frog externally, then we can see tympanic membrane. So, it can be said that ear is represented by tympanic membrane in the case of frog. After this, coming to forelimbs and hind limbs. So first we will talk about the number of digits or fingers that are present. So these are the forelimbs, and each forelimb has just 4 digits. talking about the hind limb, each hind limb has 5 digits. So the number of digits in frog in forelimbs and hind limbs are different. Next, talking about the size, so we can very well see in the diagram that the size of forelimbs is small, but the size of hind limbs is quite large. So size is small and hind limbs will be large. Now frog jumps with the help of its hind limbs, so hind limbs will as well be muscular. Lastly, in limbs, we talk about the web. So webs are absent in the case of forelimbs, but in the hind limbs, webs will be present and webs will help in swimming to the frog. After this, we come to a general point about frog, that frog never drinks water because it can absorb a lot of water through its skin. Lastly, we will talk about sexual dimorphism. So, sexual dimorphism in any organism is the character by which we can separate males and females externally. So, we will talk about two characters of sexual dimorphism that are present in male frog. The first character that is present in male frog are the voice sacs. So, frog produces sound with the help of these vocal sacs, and vocal sacs will be present in males, these will be absent in females. Talking about the second character, copulatory pads are present in the case of male frog and these will be absent in the case of female. Now these copulatory pads help in the process of copulation, and copulatory pads are present on the first digit of the forelimb. So if we see in this particular diagram, so the digit which is present outside, this is the outer side and this is the inner side. So this copulatory pad will be present on the inner digit and the same digit we can call the first digit. And these two characters will be absent in the case of female. So we can easily identify male frog from female frog on the basis of these two characters.